And welcome to Friday Night Scrapbooking, friends. Here. All right. And hello, my friends. And for some strange reason, I have lost my chat screen. So, here it is. Let me pull it up and I get to say hello and happy Friday. We are here for some Friday night scrapbooking, and I see Lynn and Lisa, Lorna, Kathy's here, Susanna, Maureen. Welcome. Lila's here, Lisa, Yudi's here, Yvonne, Renee's here, Victoria, Pam, Nancy, Mary B, getting ready to go cruising. How fun. Hello, Nancy and Tiffany and Lynn. And big hugs. Debbie's here, Sue's here, Kim's here. Oh my goodness, so many folks. It's so good to see you. And it is January and it is a new year. It is 2025. And I am just so excited to be here and, just sharing some scrappy love with you. And tonight, we are going to do a little something different. And I'm going to once again share how I have my year, my thoughts for my year, my plan for 2025. So this is a new year, new plans, and I also want to talk about my 80-20 rule. And it looks like my voice and my words, my mouth are not synced up, which is going to be really annoying. I was trying to do that for the pop crop and get it all synced up, and it looks like I messed everything up. So there you go. Technology challenges once again. I apologize for that. But before we jump in, and again, great big hellos to everyone who is here. It is so good to see you all. Before we jump in, I just want to give you a little bit of news and what's new for 2025, because there's a lot going on right now, friends. So I just want to make sure you have all the info. So I'm going to refer to my notes of a few of the things I wanted to talk about, and then we're just going to jump in tonight and talk a little bit about scrapping and the process and my, what's going to happen this year. Because, there's been a lot going on this January between the fires and other things going on. Boy, I tell you, it's been a challenge. So I'm glad to be here, safe and sound. Everything's good for us. And so thank you again for all your well wishing. That was just amazing for all of you. So that all of what you reached out and the heartfelt love that I felt was just amazing. My heart is full, and just all of you have made such a difference in the excuse me, in this time. So what I want to start with, excuse me, I'm going to take a drink, is my customer appreciation. Okay, you can see I already started getting a little choked up, literally. Okay, so customer appreciation is going to be a little different this year. And I wanted to run through a few things. And the first, this is brand new. I'm trying it out. We're going to see how this works, at least for the first quarter of 2025. And I'm hoping that I can keep up with this process. So I have been really thinking of what I could do to help appreciate those of you who choose me as your advisor. Now, here's the thing. There's kind of different buckets. I'm going to talk just for a second about the buckets. One bucket is that you are a customer, you have no interest in being an advisor, and you like to order your Creative Memories products, and then you choose me. You see my picture when you check out, and you choose me as your advisor. This is for that bucket. When you're on the Creative Memories website and you choose me as your advisor. New this year, I'm going to tally all your orders at the end of the month, and the minimum I can transfer as a credit into your account is $10. So your orders have to total at least 200. Then you hit that first $10 tier, and I'm going to have all of the credits in your account by the 5th of the next month, the following month. Okay. And then after the $10 threshold, I can do $5 increments. So that can be for each additional $100. So I'm hoping this is just going to be, it's 5%. It's 5% back. And it's just a thank you from me for being in that first bucket. Now, there's another bucket, which is you love Creative Memory so much, you want to be an advisor. And so you sign up and you join the advisor community, and you could choose me as your upline. That is another bucket. The benefit you get from being an advisor is that you get an automatic discount on your products. Now that works in conjunction, like now you are a business owner, so you are responsible for taxes. So it's not just a discount. It is, you do need to follow the rules for the taxes, and all of the perks, like the buy one, get one, all of those are going to be added to your 1099 as taxable income. So you get the discount, but then you're also going to be taxed on your gifts. Okay. If there's anything that, like, if you buy 4 albums and get a 5th album free, which is a special going on right now, that 5th album will be included in your 1099. So just to be clear, it's not strictly in that bucket. It's not strictly a discount. But if you have a lot of projects, or if you have friends, it's definitely a good deal to do that. Okay. My third bucket is, as many of you know, I have my online Creative Memory shop. And let me just do a quick screen share for that, because I see some of you have already found that I have put new things in there. So this is my online shop. This is my website, craftsomejoy.com. And then when you go to shop, Scrap Some Joy shop, yes, there are some new goodies in here. I'll be talking a little bit about those tonight. So this has both my exclusive items in here, and then I also have, as you can see on the left-hand side, all of my retired products from Creative Memory. So sometimes things sell out way too fast. And I try my best to make the shopping experience with Creative Memories less stressful. Because sometimes you guys, I even get stressed out with the shopping experience of, is it going to run out? I don't know. How many extras should I buy? And so forth. But I do try to get extras if I see something is going on the hot list and those sort of things. So if you want to buy either exclusives or retired products, that's what this online shop is. Now with this bucket, my third bucket, you get free with purchase items in here. So I've already built in goodies for you. Okay. And so you can get my favorite hand lotion sample. You can always have that added to your order. You can get a 2025 celebrations bundle, and we're going to actually be scrapping with that tonight. You get that free with a $150 purchase. And you can also, with this 175 purchase, get a free printed blog guide. If you're brand new to my shop, you've never ordered with me before, you can also get an exclusive sampler. And the sketches, I mentioned this earlier, the sketches are no longer available. Creative Memories discontinued that because all the collections were moving to project booklets. And so those are not available, but as long as I have catalogs, you'll be able to get catalogs. I've got to update some of these numbers because some orders are coming in. So if you see the numbers are low, don't worry. There's more on the way. Okay. And so just a, quick update. So those are the 3 buckets. I don't want to spend a whole lot of time on that, but let me come back to you just for a second. So I hope that makes sense. So there's the customer bucket, which you are going to get credits back, which hopefully will just let you get something fun that maybe, an extra tape runner, or that can go towards your shipping or whatever it is. It's just my way of saying thank you back to you for being in that bucket. My advisor team, you get coaching from me because you are in that business sense. You get coaching. You can also attend my crops. I'm having 4 advisor only crops every year. And, so as things go on, those are the perks of getting training and being together, being on my team. And then in my shop, and I know a lot of people are like, gosh, that's, I'm not a customer, I'm my own advisor, or I have an advisor and all that. So that's why I've already built in a thank you for shopping with me in my shop. So I know sometimes that's really kind of unclear or not quite. So hopefully if you think of it as 3 buckets, that will help. And so that's brand new for this year, and I'm super excited about that. I also want to share about the pop crop. Okay, here it is. 2025 Pop Crop Live. And it is always, our pop crops for the entire year are going to be the 2nd Saturday of the month. It's the same weekend as the virtual crop, and that's going to be at noon Pacific. And the pop crops are 4 hours long. Once you become, it is a membership. And once you become a member, you have access to all the past crops and all the past videos. So here is what I want to mention about the pop crop. And that is, I am still playing catch up because some of you tried it out when you heard my prices were going to go up. They were supposed to go up on the 15th. You still have time. I'm not going to do it until the end of the weekend, so don't worry. But my prices are going to go up for the pop crop. If you'd like to learn more about that, again, go to my website. Let me do another screen share here. Go to my website, and once you're there, go to join and join Pop Live. Okay. And that is, it'll tell you. So right now it's currently $10 a month, or this is a toggle. Not everybody caught that. That's a toggle, or it's $100 every year. And so some of you said, oh, I'm going to try it for a month and see if I like it. And you're like, okay, you sold me, Lauren. I want to do the yearly, because yearly it comes out to be just a little over $8 a month for 4 hours of workshop time. So you can scroll here and see kind of the different things that we do, the different layouts, all the things that you get. You can scroll through here and see what is included in the crops. And then some of the crop members have been so generous to share their experiences of being at the pop crop. And so you can just kind of scroll through here and see what people have said about what it's like to be a pop star with me. So then as you can see, that has kind of turned up a lot of um, uh, extra emailing back and forth, and I'm still catching up. But just to let you know, don't worry, because we'll take care of everybody. Nobody, if you want to switch and you want to be um, on the yearly plan, $8, little over $8 to join me 4 hours live each month. You can do that, or they're always recorded and you can catch the replay. Handouts are included, past handouts are included, and I'm going to give you a little snippet when I get into my 80/20 rule of kind of what we do too. So I'll be weaving that in when you hear what we're doing. Okay, so that's Pop Crop. I'm getting to everybody. I apologize. Some of you, it's taken me a couple days to get back to everyone. Don't worry, I am working on it. Okay, I also have a really important announcement for those of you who are digital. And I just want you to know that the digital offerings from Creative Memories I hope you all have heard. Let me know if you've heard. The digital offerings from Creative Memories are changing this year, and they are going to be discontinuing the digital content for all of the collections. They will include it for National Scrapbook Day and Croptoberfest. There will be digital components to those two collections, but all the other excuse me, all the other ones, as we've seen before, we've always had a digital version of the paper version, and those are being discontinued. So I just wanted to let you know and make you aware of that. The past kits, from what I understand, I haven't heard if they've changed this, but the past kits are also going to be taken down from the website and only offered twice a year. I believe I think it correlates with National Scrapbook Day and Croptoberfest. So I think it's May and November, but you guys correct me if I didn't get that right. And Carrie, I know I want to cry too, because we had a whole plan. Carrie and I were like, hey, we're going to really rock on, using those digital kits. But don't worry, we're going to just have to pivot and create some new great things. So, there's been a lot of disappointment. I just want you to know, though, you will be able to get past digital kits. As far as I understand, twice a year, they're going to open that up. And that also includes albums, your custom albums. So friends, if you have custom albums that you want to create, please do them before the end of January. The date I heard was January 31st. So in case they might use, and this all, so is Debbie H here. Debbie, I know you're going to cry because we were talking about doing a hybrid tutorial, but the custom pages are also going to be only offered twice a year. So custom albums and custom pages. So for those of you who like that option of hybrid scrapping and printing those photos. Now, if there's enough, I don't know, maybe I have no say so at all because it's not my company, but maybe if enough people reach out, as far as I know, I've heard they've done the time study. They just can't keep offering that from a business perspective. It's all about the business side of that. And so as far as I know, that's the direction they're moving with digital products. So I just wanted you to know about that. And also, speaking of the spines, you will still be able to get year round. So the custom spines that you put on your book, like I have here, right there, these are going to be offered year round. No changes to this. And the spine and the album promo is ending on the 21st. So definitely get that in if you want to take advantage of buying 4 albums and then getting a 5th album for free, or if you want to get 33% off spines if you order, I think it's 3 or more. Is it 3 or 4 or more? I don't know. So just so you know, I know, so that might be like, man, Lauren, you dropped the bomb on us tonight, and I'm sorry, but I just wanted you to hear about that. As far as I understand, that announcement went out to people who signed up for digital notifications, which I'm not even one of them. I found it somewhere else. I heard about it somewhere else. But hopefully there will be more communication about the digital. So yeah. And will we continue? Let me see. Donna has a question to access our digital downloads from the CM site. You can still do that, but again, that's only, there's a 2-year window on that. So yeah, thank you, Carrie. You already did that for 2 years, and then you need to make sure you have them saved somewhere on your computer or on an external hard drive. Okay, so yeah. Yes, so the twice a year will be on the album covers as well. So custom album covers, like the ones with the picture on the front. These will be available all year long. Okay. The custom ones, like my albums are still packed up, friends, in bags, because I just had to give it another week before I unpacked. But the custom albums are twice a year, as well as the custom pages. And then the digital artwork, as far as I understand, the digital artwork, like let's say the happy birthday kit, usually we have a digital offering of that. They're not going to have those anymore. But as far as I know, National Scrapbook Day and Croptoberfest, we will have digital components to those. Okay. Hopefully I got all of your questions. Does the digital change include the printed spine? So no, Kim, they do not. They're going to keep offering these year round. Okay, my homepage layout on an iPad has changed when you recently changed. Some of the links to Amazon favorites are gone. Yes, so Shirley, I know I did kind of change. I did a little mini upgrade to my website. And I'm probably going to be doing some more, but let me do a quick screen share so you know exactly where you can go. It's pretty easy. I know it looks a little different on an iPad, but when you go to my home screen, if you go to shop, if you go right down here to the bottom line, shop my favorite things, that's my Amazon link. Okay, so I always try to have it easy to find. And so if you click on that, and I think maybe on an iPad, you might have like little lines instead of a menu. But if you click on that, shop my favorite things, you can go straight to this page. And so this is a little different. I have my Red River paper here, stamp and storage, and also my scrapbook.com links. And then right here is my Amazon favorite. So you can just go right here on the pink button, and that will take you straight to my Amazon favorites. And I do update this, every so often with fun things that I find. Okay, so yep, hopefully that helps. So it's always there up in the shop link, and just that last line in the shop link. Okay, awesome. I think we're gonna keep going. All right, so tonight again, wait, where is this? What theme? Here it is. Okay, this is what we're working on tonight. My new year, new plans, and my 80-20 rule. So let's get jumping into what the heck are you talking about, Lauren? 80-20 rule? What does that mean? Okay, so it was interesting. This kind of came up as a discussion in the pop crop, in our last crop on Saturday, which was so fun. And and I wanted to say, so one of the things that I have learned from the process of having to evacuate, being very scared that, I wasn't going to have a home to come back to. And what are my most precious memories? Am I grabbing all of the things that, are meaningful to me? It gave me quite a renewed interest in getting things done. Okay, can I have a Yahoo? Yes. I mean, come on, you guys. We have got to get things done. And I personally struggle with being on that creative side and, ooh, how clever can we be with a page? And believe me, it's really, really hard sometimes to keep up with the fanciness, like how beautiful can you make this page? And I know that gets a lot of attention. And I know also there are so many scrappers out there that love the craft, the enjoyment of scrapbooking. And I do too. There are times where I really, really enjoy that. But what I want to do is get my albums finished too. And I know from a fact, from my personal experience, when I spend all my time on the luxury of these gorgeous layouts, I don't get my pages done. I mean, it just doesn't happen. So my 80/20 rule, what I'm going to be following this year, and it's giving me permission. And so I give you permission, everyone, friends. I give you permission that 80% of the time, just get those pages done. Let's just do it. Let's just make them simple. Let's make them photos. The photos are the star of your pages. And then the 20%, if it's a special thing, if it's a title page, if it's a, kind of a fun event or something you want to just go all out on, keep that for 20% of the time. That's my rule. That's my 80/20 rule. 80% of the time, I'm going to put the fuss aside, all that cleverness aside, all of that, 3 hours for a one page aside, and only do that 20% of the time. 80% of the time, it's going to be getting things done. That's what I want to do. So that is my 80/20 rule. And I'm going to share with you kind of what that looks like. What does that look like? Okay, so let's talk a little bit more about that. I'm going to switch over to my desk. And, okay. So Shelly says on the CM website, there's a little banner that digital products are closing January 31st and reopening May 1st. Yeah. So that is going to be the digital products that are currently on the website. Like I said, they are not adding new digital content. So they're going to take that content off of the website and then re-add that back on the website. Like if you missed a collection or something that's already done, they're going to re-add that back May 1st. Okay, so it is going to kind of correlate, May and I believe November. So just so you know, that's how they're doing that. Yep. Okay. So any other questions? Okay, I hope you were, yeah, I have an amen there. Okay. All right. And let's see. Okay. If I missed something, just remind me again, because I know there's a lot of questions in here. This is Friday night scrapbooking. Pop crops are the page. Oh, and I should mention just one other thing, which is my monthly meetup, and you're going to be hearing more about that. The monthly meetup is coming up as well, and the monthly meetup is going to be, okay, so here's the plan. Let's talk plan. Okay. This is 2019. This is a catch up. That's why I pulled out 2019, because guess what? My album is pretty much empty. I have like maybe a couple layouts done, pretty much empty, 2019. It's been sitting on that shelf. And when I went to grab it, it was so sad to see so many albums that were just not even full. Those are the ones that I just left here because I'm like, I can replace those. The ones that have photos, I want to grab. So the part of my 80-20% rule is going to be that 80%. I really want to spend some time getting through some of these albums. That is when I'm going to use the pop crop and these Friday night scrapbookings. We're going to just be getting through, getting set up, and I'm going to share a little bit about my process getting set up so that we can really get these albums done. And you're going to be surprised how quick that goes. And then my monthly meetup is going to be focusing on 2025 this year. So 2025 is January 31st. The monthly meetup is the last day of every month. It's going to be very similar to my 365 days of weather project. And so we're going to spend the last day of every month scrapbooking that past month. So to me, it really helps to have a plan. My plan is I want to stay current. So that one day a month plus a little prep work. Okay. I'm not going to say you can do it all in one day, but I mean, if you have the beginning of the day, the meetup will be 5:00 p.m. Again, it'll be a 2-hour workshop. And we're going to do a similar approach where we'll talk about the calendar. We'll do, kind of a highlight page, and then we'll do another 2-page spread. And we're going to be using the Noteworthy collection to kind of create our layout so that there's a nice consistent look to 2025. But all of these, we're going to just jump all over the place, all the different collections. And not to say we can't add those in 2025. So that is my focus for staying current. One day a month, we're going to work on the monthly meetup, and that's still available to sign up. There's nothing there yet. Carrie actually said, hey, I can help you with silhouette. We're also going to focus on cutting, doing some fun cut files. So now that digital is kind of going away, well, I'm going to bring digital back into it because, I have access to certain things and we're still going to make it fun. So we're going to be bringing back how to use your electronic cutters in the monthly meetup so that that's kind of a place to do it where we have working on current photos. Then the pop crop, kind of what I already do at the pop crop is an 80-20 rule. So I'm going to share kind of a little bit of an example. So we did at the last pop crop, we did a page. This was a title page that I taught how to create this. And this is a 20%. This is a 20% page because this took a long time. And those of you who are at the crop, I mean, I absolutely adore all your pages, but it takes a while to do something that looks, that's super fancy, that looks good. You can see this took a lot of time. But this was perfect for a title page, right? So I have my photo's upside down. Gotta fix that. I have a peekaboo pocket, but I noticed I didn't have a whole lot of photos for 2019 New Year. So I just kind of had to tell a story about that. And then I just pulled a couple pictures of, kind of where we were at that point in our lives, with different things. So this is a 20% page. I'm going to share another page that I did for 2019 at another pop crop. And again, this is a 20% page. This was definitely more on the decorative side where it took, we did some punching and some layering, and we even did some cutouts. I gave this as a file in one of the pop crops, so we spent a little more time on this layout. Taught how to do some chevrons and, all that good stuff. So I'm not saying that these pages don't have a place. They do. They're fun. They're so much fun to make. But, I have a little peekaboo pocket here, put a tab on here. It says lift this or lift here. I mean, just all those little things. And those are going to make their way in my album. And then we did kind of more of a simple page. And I haven't finished putting this side to it. But this page was much simpler. This is an 80%. This was a quick cuts because it was basically just a setup of a frame and then little 3x3 photos. And then there's going to be a matching page over here. Same setup, but this was much faster to put together. And it was photo heavy. I had a lot of photos to put in here. So this is an example of an 80%. 80% of the time, super fast, super easy. And yes, and it's also okay not to scrap every photo. I completely agree. So let's talk. Actually, that's a perfect lead in. So I have, as I told you, a lot of empty pages in this album, and I want to get this filled and done. So what is the process to do that? And we've talked about this in the pop crop. This is kind of part of what the pop crop is about also. And that is a system, having a system so that you can pick up a random year and go, well, how do I scrap that? And there's two forms that I turn to over and over, and there will be shortly, hopefully before the next pop crop, you'll be able to get these in bulk. And these, some of these pages are not available yet. And I believe the album map is one of the pop downloads in there. These two, the photo tracker and the album map, I always kind of come back to these two for each individual project. So one thing I've realized, and this is helpful both if you're printed or if you're digital. But one thing I've realized is that I kind of need to physically scroll through my photos to get an idea of what I have. And just like San Fran Dreamer was saying, that it's okay not to print every single photo on my camera roll. It's just okay. And so my photo tracker gives me a place to kind of write down January, February, March, April, May. There's a lot of May. A lot went on in May in 2019, June, July, and so forth. And it gives me a look at what's on my photo roll. So these are just notes of when I look in my photo gallery, what I have for a certain year and, in a chronological order. So as I was getting ready for sharing about 2019, I was realizing, okay, so I have not much for New Year's Day. So that is going to be a title page. So this gives me a place to write my notes. Like that's going to be a title page. And then I have Valentine's pictures with the kids. I have some really cute pet pictures. So I need to figure out where that's going to go. I went to a Dodger game with John and a really good friend. I have just one or two photos of another friend that came for a visit. Then there's Ellen's birthday, Mother's Day, my birthday. Eric got his driver's license. Okay, that's something I want to document. And then there was like a chunk of, this was the year my oldest graduated from RISD. So there was like a New York trip, her graduation, kind of a chunk. So, and then Father's Day, and then so on into July. So then how do I translate that? Carrie, I know this is one of your favorites. And that is the album map. And so this is just a quick little layout looking at 2-page spreads and how those go from what I have on my camera roll and what I want to print. And you can either, I always print at home, or you can upload and print, but this also gives you a good idea of what to print. And so you just don't go grab everything and throw it up in the upload and then print, and then you get a whole bunch of stuff back that you really don't need, right? So I know for myself, once I started moving to printing on demand, I feel like I print way less. There's a whole lot less photos just kind of hanging around, and I can size my photos exactly how I want them to be on my layouts as well. So going from this photo tracker and looking at my photos, then I can plan out my album. Now, it doesn't mean that it's going to exactly be this, but I do it in pencil so I can erase. And if I need to make a change, I'll make a change. And the other nice thing is when we are scrapping in Pocket Pages, we have a lot of flexibility, right? So if I need to move some pages around, we can do that. Okay, so that is kind of my list. Then it goes into how that works. Now on the album map, the first, if this is the first set of pages for your album, you just take and you X out that page because this starts at the title page. And so my first page is the New Year's, just like we did. So I have one of my 20% pages, which is a fancier one. It has, this is one of my new die cuts I put in my shop. And it took more time, but it's just so fun to have. And then I have Valentine pictures, but when I looked at them, I don't have enough for a 2-page spread. So I'm probably going to combine that with some pet pictures. So I have pets and Valentines. Then I have Adam's birthday. And then that's after that, you'll see that's where I put in my the ATV. Okay, so it gives me also, like if I do random pages, I kind of know where to put them in my album. And then, so then I skipped a couple pages because that's going to be Mother's Day. And then this was when I went to visit Ellen at RISD. So I know those are in the right place in my album. So if I do want to skip ahead and just go, oh, there's a new birthday collection. I want to go scrapbook John's birthday in July. I can kind of get an idea from mapping it out where that page will go. Okay, so now that we've got the process, the how. Now, here's one thing I want to say. Well, you might be going, Lauren, that takes time. I don't want to sit there and write down. Think about the time it takes if it isn't written down. If you didn't do this and do it one time you have to go through and write that down. How many times do you go back and try to remember where you were? How many times do you have to go back and re-look? I can't tell you how many times I've looked at my 2019 photos because I hadn't taken the time to write down the categories and the ones that I want to print and have that transfer into my album. And if you can write down the ones that you want to print, you can write down all your photos, but I try to keep this, the list as clean as possible. So I know these are going to translate to my map. So you might end up with something on here that you decide not to scrap, and that's totally fine too. So then from here, I'm going to say my next must have, if you're going to get organized, and I really highly recommend getting organized, are the photo folders. So I know that I can go through now and print these photos, and then I can open this up and I can see Adam here has his birthday, Adam's birthday, and I might pair that with the Arizona trip. So I can look at this and go, okay, Adam's birthday, Arizona trip, done. I need some more photos from the Arizona trip. Or that might change. Maybe that's going to be the Dodger game. Maybe I'll move this and put the Dodger game in there. I was getting low on ink, and so I couldn't print out all my photos. I've got some more ink ordered. This one is the pets. This was the year Eric actually got his bunny. So that was a fun, I want to introduce Pepper into the family. So this is here, pets, and I think I'll pair that with Valentine's. I didn't want to do Valentine's because I'm still waiting for my order to come in. And I do want to mention, if anybody placed an order, I mentioned this briefly on my Facebook Live I did a couple days ago. the thin foam squares were not in-house when they opened up ordering. And so our orders are taking a little longer. And of course, it's coming tomorrow, not tonight. So I want to use this. And you could always make a note here, like new collection. I want to use the new Valentine's collection because that'll be fun. And then I have pets. So how am I going to combine those? That might be fun. There's red in these photos. So maybe I'll just kind of do more hearts on that layout. And when that paper comes in, put that together. So I know I can print those photos, stick them in here. Then these 2 pages correlate with that photo folder. These 2 pages correlate with that. Do you get it? And then you print, well, that one's done. I need to print Mother's Day. I'm going to grab another photo folder. And then I have everything ready to go. Now, if you like working at crops and you go, travel to work with friends, look at this system. It's so easy to keep organized. So now that you're organized, let's talk about making some simple pages. Let's do that 80%. Okay. So what does that look like? I thought what might be kind of fun is to take another look at the Adam's birthday, these photos, and also in this pledge to simplify. I thought it might be an interesting exercise to take a look at a virtual crop sketch. So this is sketch number 2. The virtual crop just happened last weekend. And so that's a great source of sketches if you're interested. And when I looked at that, I thought, oh, there's some components of this I really like. And then I printed the example. And for me, this is not simple. Okay. I'm like, let's talk about how we simplify the sketch. Okay. Let's talk about how we can simplify the sketch. So let's take a look at kind of the components behind the sketch. And one of them is that it has a 2x12 strip going across. So there's this nice horizontal element. It has vertical photos, and then it has kind of another block of color. And these are all separate pieces, but we can also look at how we can simplify that together. And if you look at the example, this is layer upon layer of paper. And I also think we can simplify that by putting some white space in there as well. So let me get a piece of white. Now this is going to be a 2-page spread. So whatever formula we come up with this page on simplifying, the facing page is going to be very similar. It'll have, the same kind of components. So then when I pull out my photos, the first thing I'm noticing is that I have horizontal pictures for Adam's birthday. So I have some friends, and then we have a family photo. And a lot of these are horizontal. So this vertical, the way this is set up vertically, is not going to work. So then I thought, okay, well, let's take a look at just turning the sketch and seeing how we might be able to work with it going this way. So it has a stack of 3 3x5 photos. The issue that I have, a little bit of the issue that I have, is that I printed these full 4x6. But then I have this photo down here, and it's also a 4x6, but I know I can just trim off like 1/2 inch off the top here, and then I can make a nice stacked column, even with the larger photos. And then instead of a 5x3 over here, I think I'll work with this 4x4, which was kind of fun with him blowing out the candles. So so that's another thing I want you to think about with a sketch. If you are looking at it this way, that's great. But if your pictures aren't going that way, just rotate rotate your sketch and then see what happens. So for the paper that I wanted to choose for this layout, I really like the new, this is the Celebration. So remember how I was saying you get stuff free from my shop? This is the Celebrations kit. And I love these two sheets, the black with the stars, and then this one that says party hooray, you know, congrats and all of that. And for those of you who've been following me for a little while, you know one of my absolute favorite things to do is just take your photos, put them on here, and cut a strip. And so when I saw this sketch, I thought, well, that's exactly what I could do here for these 3 photos. It's going to give kind of that same feel, but it's just going to back them in a little different way. So let me get my trimmer, and we're going to, so 80-20. Let's just, you know, that's my thing this year, 80-20. This is a 20%. I'm going to trim this to 3.5, but I'm going to leave it at 6. And nothing was missing off of that photo except, you know, kind of a blown out flash. So I'm good with that. And I think I can, let's see. I think I can fit all of these on here just with that 1/2 inch off. They're going to go top to bottom. So if I wanted a little more reveal of paper on the bottom, I'd have to trim more of this, but that would trim the 20 off his cake, and I kind of want to leave that. Okay, so let's go with that. And then to get the nice edge, these are 6-inch photos. So I'm going to go up to either 6.5 or 7. And I think because I really want to see some of this paper, I'm going to go, let's see what 7 looks like. And then that might leave a nice 1/2 inch reveal on each side. Okay. So if I have 7, I'm going to cut off 5 inches here. And then I've got 7. And yep, a nice big kind of wide strip on those. Okay, so that's my first cut. Now to kind of give the same feel as the sketch, I'm also going to add some more layers in here. And that is going to, well, I'm going to do that with the black paper. Now the black paper, if you look at the sketch calls for, I'll show you here. The sketch calls for a 10.5 by 10.5 inch square layered on top of a 12 by 12. But like I said, I kind of want to introduce a little bit of white space. So what I'm going to do is actually take this up so that it is a 1-inch reveal. Okay, so a little 1 inch. So that's going to be an 11-inch strip. And then we are going to trim off at the bottom, the side. Okay, let me just do it, and then we'll talk about what that was. So what I want to make sure though is that I have kind of a space for this photo, right? So it looks like this is a 4x4. So I'm going to go ahead and trim this. What do I want to trim this to? 4.5. Yeah, we're going to do 4.5. Let's do 4.5. And then we're going to leave that little bit of white space if I have some left. Okay. Yep. Little bit. I might trim just a smidge off this. And then I'm going to trim 2 inches off so that I have that space at the white, at the top and the bottom. And you know what? I may end up having to tuck a little bit because the idea is I want some white space around there. And then this might have to just layer over, which is fine. Yep, like that. Okay, so we're kind of getting the same feel. We've got an edge, we've got a background here, but we're just going to do it in strips. And so over here, all I need, well, that's kind of, I feel like I do need a little bit of black over here, just to show it through. So I think, yeah, I'm gonna trim this down. I'm gonna trim this down. We're gonna just change it up as we go. So let me trim 1/2 inch down on this. We're not going to see as much of those words, but because of the way the photos are laying out, we have to just give a little more room here. Okay. That's still good. That's still good. Here, here, and here. There we go. Now I have a little more space to play with on this side. So let's just trim a 1 inch strip here, and then we're going to trim that 2 inches off. Okay. 2 inches just to kind of bring that black over to the other side. Just a little touch. Oh, and here's something I'm just realizing. This is going to be a 2-page spread. So I'm actually going to pull this all the way over because my next page I can continue the same pattern. So now I'm just going to spread this across the 2 pages. So I'm going to get this stuck down because right now I'm liking it. And this is going to have about, that inch reveal on the top and bottom. And actually I'm just not going to worry about the side reveals. Kind of like it better without that. Now, if I had my cutting mat, I'm going to pull it out. I'll know exactly where to put that. Let me set it right here so that I have that lined up. Okay, let me get this set and right here. Okay, so I'm lining that up. So it's 1 inch in on both sides. I'm going to do the same thing over here. And line that up on the edge. Sometimes I have to remind myself I'm going to continue with a 2-page. And so that's going to give a nice movement across for the second page, right? So now we're just going to add some adhesive. And this is a great paper saver technique for making it look like you have a full sheet, right, on the other side or behind this, but really it's not. Okay, so we have our kind of basic strip for, how did I have this? This one at the top, I think. The kids together there, then here, and then family. Now another choice could have been to do a peekaboo pocket, and then you could flip that up. But I kind of wanted to see, for me personally, I wanted to see the family on, it's my scrapbook, so I want to see the family. And then we're going to trim this one down here. And trim this to 4x4. And now we have this as a secondary photo here. So there is another pattern. There's this pattern that we can add in here. So in the sketch, they have, kind of some of the photos mounted on a 4x6 picture. And I think instead of doing, instead of a 4x6, I have a 4x4. So that's kind of a fun ad to kind of get that feel of different papers and different layers, like our sketch. And I'm kind of just switching the sketch all up, but, kind of still trying to have the same feel, I guess. If you need a jumping off point, maybe that's more of how you can use the sketch. All right, now I feel like this is actually kind of losing itself a little bit. I'm going to stick these down. I may need to back that because this is kind of a busy paper. Let me put this all the way at the bottom. And this one's going to go all the way at the top. And then this will go right in between. And what I love too about this process of keeping that 80% so simple is that it keeps your focus on the photos. And sometimes, like, I struggle with some of these patterns because I want people to be drawn to see the photo. So there's two choices, you know, kind of as I'm looking at this, is I can put black behind it and keep it on top of here, or I can just use this and maybe I'll get this into just a smaller piece. So I'm actually liking this. Let me go into the embellishments for a second here. And for me, you know, I think this is showing, it's really, for me, it's all about the photos. I want the photos, get those, you know, nice layering papers down. But when you put this down, if now all I'm doing is looking at those balloons, that's kind of where my eyes are going, then I want to use that really as a secondary place. Yeah. So, and yeah, and I need a journaling space. So maybe this becomes a 4x4 peekaboo, or I can do journaling down here. So good idea. Yeah. Nice reminder. Lauren, what about the story? Right? Okay. Let's do this. One of my favorites always is the dot grid. And I have just that so handy all the time. It's just such a nice neutral place to put your journaling. And so now we can just add the fun with the little bit of embellishments in this kit. Oh, it didn't stay down. Let's see, in here. And one of the sentiments kit, so I know some of you found my new stuff, but this weekend I'm also going to be working on a birthday sentiments kit collection. And so I'm just again a reminder, if you ordered in my shop, those are not, I'm holding those until I get the pre-orders in. And so if you want to add to your order, you can do that pretty easily. Okay. Oh, this one has the balloons kind of, oh, I don't want to cut off Joey's face right there. Let's see, maybe something like that. Oh, that's kind of fun. Oh, up Joey's face again. Can't do that. Okay, we'll see. I'm not sure about that. All right. So we have, I like this little banner up top. I think I'm pretty good. Or this can go right across here. It's kind of fun. Not sure if I like it up there. No, I think I like it on the black. Okay, let me get some repo and kind of add things in place. So I like this little banner. I could do this here. Maybe that's what I like. All on the black there, because I have room. Then I can stick my photo down here. And then my journaling box, so I can mention we had his friends over, and then we also did a family dinner. I think I'm going to put that right there. And let me get some foam tape and just pop that up just a smidge. By the way, the precision tip scissors are back in stock. So happy about that. Okay, that's a little foam tape. Oh, I'm going to add that right there. And then I can do some writing, and I think we're pretty much done. Now the celebrations kit, I should just say, it also comes with, like, if you wanted that vertical element. I don't really have a place for it. Like the sketch has this whole vertical thing going on. I just have too many photos, but say I didn't have as many, you could do a vertical, I keep saying vertical, it's horizontal element across, you know, if your photos allowed for that, you could put it there or something like that. Or if this was more like the sketch, you know, that, and you have vertical pictures, then you could use this element if you like this paper across there. So it has kind of a layering piece, and then it has embellishments, and it also has these little hip hip hooray 3D layering pieces as well. Okay, and I lost the balloons. I feel like I still need a little something. Oh, and there's one other kit. Of course, the new Noteworthy. Oh, here it is. Noteworthy Simple Page Kit #1 has some really cute stickers. Some of these are kind of related to the new year and things, but some others are just party related. So that might be kind of fun. Doing some gifts. I think I'm going to use some of this white space down here. Let me scooch that up so you can see it. And there's another little black present. Can add in there. Okay. And I think if I add another layer of balloons, this might be kind of fun up here. So I'm going to add this one on some foam tape. Or I had the, where did I put them? Here they are, foam squares. Okay. I need a cut one. So sometimes I love just cutting a strip of foam squares and keeping those in my box. I don't know if you can see. There you go. They're kind of just already cut, ready for those different shapes. So now we add this little star right in here, and I like that layer. Okay, I'm not gonna use the cupcake, but I'm keeping a nice spot here for journaling. Somebody click the timer. How, whoops. Did that stay? Oh yeah. How long did that take? That was not long, right? Those are the 80% of the pages I want to do this year so that my albums can get done. It's just that simple, right? And so this one, I know, let's see, Shannon's asking about the two, if it's a 2-page layout. So this was, if I go back to my album map, this was going to be Adam's birthday, and then I need a facing page. And so I don't have my photos printed, but what I was thinking I might do is have it either, if I look at my list, either the Dodger game that we went to, or I think there was some Arizona photos that I had to go with it. Let me go back to my list here. Okay, so simplifying things for me is really big. And you know, it also, I thought I was going to use this paper, but then when I got it down, it's I don't know that I really want it, because you know, it's a little distracting. I mean, I guess maybe I could have added like a little strip of it up in here or something, but you can always just keep it super simple for the 80% rule. Okay, so here's the virtual crop sketch inspiration. Let me find my notes. I'm trying to find those still. Oh, they're under the album. So really though, I can pretty much say, if I look at my album map, so I have pets and Valentine's, and I have Adam's birthday and our trip. But then I also have the Dodger game. So this can go, I already know this is going to go right here and slide it in. And, you know, basically that's finished. If I wanted to create another facing layout, what I would do is take this same dimension. So this is a 10-inch dimension, and continue that across to these 2 pages. So I can do that with the star paper, or I can introduce a whole nother collection and see where that goes. But right now, I only have, actually, I mean, I'll just kind of throw these down. This is Pepper. We could do like a little introducing Pepper over here. That could be an easy one. And then take, again, like I was saying, take that black paper, even though this is a completely different event, and go across. Except now these are going to be vertical photos. So same idea, but I think I would just trim this one down a little bit. And I have some other really cute pictures of him when he was just a little baby, and kind of introducing those. So something just as simple as that, just following this line across, you know, adding some photos, maybe pulling this blue over to the other side, and then you've turned it into a 2-page. Just that easy. Okay, so hopefully that answers from the 2-pager. The balloon, it's cute, but too busy. Yeah, the balloon paper, right? It's just, Debbie, it's a little too much, right? I think it would be better in like to create a little banner out of this or something. I don't know, something small. But to me, 80%, bam, done, finished. And do that. Okay. And yeah, Yudi, I completely agree. You do not have to like all the papers, right? And so there's always the flip side. What's on the flip side? Oh, the black stars. Those, I love this paper. Absolutely love the star paper. Okay, so It will be, Shannon, a 2-page. I just need to, kind of figure out what is going to go facing Adam's birthday. I need to finish printing kind of when I get my new ink in, what else needs to go in with my photos, and then I'll make a decision on that. But hopefully you can just see what that would look like, basically cutting that paper, adding it, telling another story. So my stories are going to be different, but hopefully the layout will tie together for that. Okay, so let me just check if I have any other. Hello, everybody who's joining. The white on my table. Is it? I know it's a little bright, huh? I got to do some more. I have my brightness turned. I got a new light in here, and I'm realizing, hey, maybe that's a little better. It kind of blew out my desktop a little bit. Okay. And Karen said it reminds her of the old power layouts. Yes, absolutely. But getting really organized, and for me, because, especially 2019, we were pretty much 100% digital. I really have to spend that time and write it down. Putting that pencil to paper just helps so much before I make decisions on what to print, and then kind of seeing, oh, okay, so if I do put, Pepper next to Adam, if I had looked at that first, maybe I would have said, oh, okay, maybe I want to do 2 4x4s, and I could still trim this into a 4x4 and then do another 4x4 over here so that I have a little more variation, right? So like I could do or I could do a 4x6 and a 4x4, just so I don't have them going all across. That would work really well too. So having an idea of what goes where will also help my printing, and it's just this cycle process, right? So getting an idea, writing it down, looking at those, then deciding what's going to go where, and then for me, then I also print at that point. Okay. And let's see, got the collection. What do I need to be prepared for the first monthly meetup? Okay, let's talk for a second about that. I know, I will be going over this again. So the monthly meetup, like I said, this is my backlog. So if you enjoy this format, come back again during Friday nights, because I'm going to be doing a lot of the 80% rule this year, because I want to create great page, just get my albums done and create some fun pages. I always do a more complicated page in the pop crop, just like you saw in here with the title page. And, so those are more my 20%, but 80% of the time, that's going to be my focus this year. That's my plan. New year, new plan. Let's get these albums finished. Enough fiddle faddling around, and trying to find the perfect layout or the perfect, whatever. It's like, really, I did not fuss too much about this. I hope you saw. I didn't fuss too much, but I think it's a great page. It's got the memories down. I need to just add the journaling, and I'm going to move on. Get it done. Move on. It's okay. I give you permission to do them. 80%. So yeah. And Sue's like, I had a rude awakening hearing about your disaster. Yeah. Absolutely. Bernice is like, clapping. Yes, get her done. Let's get her done. Okay. So monthly meetup. I got a little lost on there. Monthly meetup. So this is the backlog. The monthly meetup, what I hope you can get, I'm going to pull it out right now so you can see it. And I also should say, if you're more interested in super fancy, there are so many people that do super fancy. Okay. And the blog post is full of super fancy. And, I feel like I just want to show you that scrapbooking can be easy and fast and fun, and you can really work on filling those albums and documenting your history and having books that you can sit down and share with people. Like, that is such a passion, right? To be able to sit down and share your books with others. And, I love that. So, um, you know, I'll just have to kind of say that, um, if you're looking for, super fancy, it's going to be 20% of the time. Just saying. Okay. So the noteworthy collection, let's talk about it. The noteworthy collection, and I think Creative Memories, I'll just say this on their behalf. I don't know if it's true, but I feel like Creative Memories is still kind of figuring things out with what to order, how much to order. I do know that the noteworthy bundle sold out. The Buy It All bundle. And the Buy It All bundle has the playbook, right? And this is kind of the key thing that is coming with all the collections. So you'll see the cutting guide, you'll see the examples, and how to, if you like these designs, it gives you the step-by-step on how to do it. Okay, that's the playbook. I'm really not gonna, I might be influenced by the playbook, but I'm not going to be following the playbook in my monthly meetup. Then there's the Noteworthy Days designer paper and the tone on tone paper. And then I don't know where my stickers went. There are 2 packs of stickers. Where did they go? And that's actually what sold out. The stickers are what sold out. And they should be right here with my kit, but they're not. So there's like a clear, oh, I know, I took them out, I think, to look at my border I was doing for the crop. One sec. I think they're over here. Okay. Oh yeah. Oh, and embellishments. Here they are. Okay. So, almost forgot the embellishment pack. This is the full bundle. Now, what I heard is that because the Noteworthy Days is the base collection for the whole year for everything that's coming, like it's the base collection for the celebrations kit, it's the base collection for the simple page kits, and all those things that are coming will coordinate with the Noteworthy kit. So the Noteworthy kit is going to be replenished, and they plan on stocking it all year long. So if they have another burst where they sell out of something, they will reorder it, and it is supposed to be available all year. And as I understand, these are supposed to come back this month. So these are the stickers that sold out. There's a clear set of title stickers, and then there's a 6-page set of the all occasion stickers that kind of go through the whole year. And so what I will be drawing on through the whole year is this entire kit, and also the die cuts. We may need an extra one at some point, but I'm just going to see how kind of things go as we design. But we're also going to be using, so this is kind of the base that I'll be pulling from for the monthly meetup. And then every month, we're also going to take a look at the simple page kit. This collection did also sell out, the 1, 2, 3. I haven't heard, I don't know if anybody else did, whether they're going to bring the pockets back. the 1, 2, 3 pockets. But if you missed, like all the insides to these will be coming back. So if you, and this was an investment, like you had to invest in each of the kits and the pockets. And I had a few extra, and I'm sorry for that. I messed up a couple orders, but I'm going to get those straightened out. Nancy G, if you're watching. But I sold out of the 1, 2, 3s. I have this in the shop. So if you want the Noteworthy Simple Page Kit #1 with the Cheers stickers, these are the little UV matching stickers. This is in the shop. This is what we're using in January. Okay, so we're going to use this plus the base Noteworthy collection. Then this will be February, what we'll use, and then this is March. So if you got the 1, 2, 3 bundle, you're good until April, where will get 4, 5, 6 if you want the bundle. You don't have to do all 3 at once. You can we'll just start with this one in January, the Simple Page Kit #1. Most likely, as usual, I will not be following the directions. So if you like this, get an extra one if you want, or you don't have to follow me. But the idea is we're going, and you're going to need the calendar kit. Okay. So they haven't announced, I haven't heard anything about them redoing the calendar kit with the Noteworthy pages or color coordination instead of the This Life color coordination. So it's on sale right now. I think it's $15 off. You get the stickers again, because you're going to want the little monthly stickers. The only thing, I'm not going to use are the titles, because we're going to do cut titles again. And but I'm going to use the calendar pages from here. Okay, just like we did. And then that's part of what we're going to do the Noteworthy. We're going to take strips from the Noteworthy collection and coordinate it with this collection. Okay, but I'm still going to use the same calendar pages because that was just so fun to do last year. I liked that. Little moments throughout the month, just printing little tiny 1.75 by 1.75 photos and then using the square punch to punch them out. Okay, so we're going to use the calendar pages, the Noteworthy base collection, and then January we'll start with kit #1. Then February, again, a calendar page, kit #2, and the base kit. And you're going to need a big fat album because we're going to get so many pages done every month. We're going to do the last month. So you'll also want to come with your photos printed for that month. Okay. Yeah. And Robin's like, yeah, I always use it and recreate it. So it's, you can just have fun with all the papers and pages in here, because look at that, look how fun this could, I was saving this for 2025 album, but this would have been really fun. And maybe I'll just get an extra to use on the facing page for Adam's birthday, right? So there's some fun party things on here too. Okay. Maybe I'll use that for his birthday this year. All right. Let's see. Issues with weather delays. Yeah, Lark, you know what? It's taking a long time. And from me also, there were a lot of delays because of I was evacuated, plus USPS, like we had barricades. Nobody could even come up here or go out. And that was with, different places too. So I know there were some delays. Okay. And get your kids. Okay. So Robin's like, I'm going to get my kids' albums done. Yep. And need to do School Scouts and Christmases. Yeah. And the monthly meetup. Yes, it is. It's not a membership, but you can pay for either the whole year at once, or you can pay 10 months at $10 a month. So there's kind of two purchase options, but it's not a membership, because once you're in, you're in. And so I'm running it a little differently than Pop, because each month you can join in March, but it's still going to be $100, because it's basically you're paying for each workshop. So um, for the January workshop, it's $10. For the February workshop, or actually eight, less than eight, because we have 12 months in the year. So for a little more than $8, you're going to pay for the January workshop, February workshop, etc. So it's just a fee, because I don't want someone to come in November, pay $10, and then get the whole year, if that makes sense. So you can join whenever you want, but it is just two payment options. So it's not like you can pay for 1 month and cancel. When you pay, you're committing to pay $10 for 10 months if you want to spread it out, or you pay $100 and you just pay once and it's done. So hopefully that makes more sense. It's a little different. I know it can get confusing. Okay. Yeah. And Robin's like, I am going to get photos on the page this year, regardless if they're decorated or not. And that's the whole thing. Like, give yourself the grace and the opportunity to just document your history and enjoy the process. And simple can be beautiful. They do not, all the pages do not have to be the same, or overdone, like beautiful, the 20% rule. Okay, so I hope that might just kind of keep you motivated to say, yeah, if there's a page that just really strikes you and you think, I love that page, I really want to recreate that page. I had a lot of you get really excited about the title pages. Title pages are special. You want to put a little more effort possibly into a title page, because it's going to be the first thing you see when you open your album, right? But not every page, needs to take 3 hours to do. So hopefully tonight give you a little taste of that, how simple it can be. And I think I'm going to just take this out of the baggie. It's so hard to get them back in. This is going to go in my This Life paper stash. But again, we're going to use the calendar pages, since they have not updated those yet. And are there any other questions regarding digital or different things? Let me know. Simplify, I love it. Let me just search really quick if you have any questions. So Jacqueline said she's new. Which group to build pages and borders? So the group for pages and borders is Pop, and Debbie, I see, answered her. So the Pop, we do a sketch, and you hopefully got to see that. We do a quick cuts, which is my 80%. So we do a 20% page, we do an 80% page, and then we also build borders. So you get all three in the Pop Crops. Plus I intertwine organization into there on keeping you on track with your projects. Okay. So, and then Nancy, we just answered your question. Angela, which group is better if you are just getting started with scrapbooking? Pop or monthly meetup? I hope I answered that question. So that's really going to depend on you. Again, kind of Pop is 4 hours, 4 hours, but we do a sketch. Usually it's a 2-page. They're more involved. That takes up probably almost half the crop. It's about a 2-hour process. And then we do a quick cuts, and then we do a reimagined border. So, that's kind of the idea behind Pop Crop. There's sharing, it's all on Zoom. So if you want to share, you can share. The meetup, really, my focus is more on keeping that one current project rolling forward. You don't have to do It doesn't have to be this year, but I want you to kind of focus on one project that you can use the Noteworthy collection for to get that finished. And because our focus will be on the Noteworthy collection. Okay, hopefully that, I hope I answered all your questions. All right, so we're coming back. There we go. Hope you had a good night. All right. Again, and if you have any questions too, just pop me an email. And now that we've got some of these things out, it's Friday night scrapbooking, got Pop Crop. I've got some time to just work on getting everybody who wants to go from the monthly to the yearly plan for Pop Group. I'm going to get all that squared away this weekend. And then just, as you know, I'm waiting on my orders. So probably all my shop shipments will go out on Monday, most likely. Not tomorrow because I'm still waiting on things coming in. But yeah, there's some new goodies in the shop. And then I'm hoping by Monday, if you want to add to your order, just remember do an order pickup or porch pickup. And I'm hoping to have some new sentiments in the shop as well, in case you want to see those. Just couldn't get to it before tonight. All right. Yeah. And hopefully that, I know we're still at the beginning of the year, but let's get things done. I am excited about 2025. I have some other really exciting news. I'm just going to drop you a little hint. Really exciting news mid-year. I have a big thing coming. So I can't wait to share more with you about that, but that's all I'm going to say right now. So my focus definitely has to be on simplification, getting things done, because there's some other really wonderful things that I want to add into my life, create a little more balance and fun. But scrapbooking is always got a place because I love it. It's such a rewarding process. We talked in my coaching call this week about you can't pour from an empty cup, right? And so it's really, really hard to keep giving when your cup is empty. And scrapbooking for me is one of the things that fills my cup so I can continue to help sharing other things with, family, friends, and you all. So fill your cup, but it doesn't have to be perfect. Get it done. And let's have a really awesome 2025 and filling our albums. That is the goal, friends. Let's fill our albums. Okay. Good. I'm so glad. So Nancy, I'll be getting back to you. You're on my list. Good. I'm glad you like those simple pages. All right. Do I ship my file folders to Ontario? So Lorna, I think they they had Canada shut down for a little while with the postage, but there is a selection for flat rate envelope to Canada and flat rate box. It is a little on the pricey side, and that was just the best I could do. But if you get the big bundle of photo folders, I just picked up a new stash of those because I have got a lot of photos to organize. So they're stocked, ready to go. But yes, we can ship those to Canada. Okay, hope that helps. All right, friends, enjoy the rest of your weekend. And yes, I can't wait to fill my albums too, Tamara. Let's fill them. Let's do it. That's what we're doing. All right, enjoy, everyone. And so good to have you here. See you soon. Bye for now.